Hey guys, this is Danny Boy. I am happy today because I got to talk to my teacher friends for an hour and a half, and that makes me happy because teachers are awesome. Anyway, I will be using Garrus and Liara, that was pretty quick, and this is going to be Thessia. I will be using the Indra sniper rifle. If you'd like to know how to get it, here is a link to show you. You get it from signing up for Alienware's ArenaNet account thing. You don't have to pay anything. All it takes is a few seconds of your time. And as of right now, there are 6,306 left. At the time of making my Indra videos, there were about 8,000 left, so in just 3 days, it's gone down by a couple thousand. So you guys should get them while they last. They will be gone. If things hold, if they're consistent, they'll be gone within just another week. So I would get yours ASAP. But anyway, yes, use the Indra. This was Thessia. Kind of annoying in some spots because of bugs and weird stuff, and the Indra does not really suit my playstyle. I just used it because I haven't used it before, may as well use it. I think I've sniped on the Vanguard all of one, maybe two other times. I think it's just one, using the Valiant way long ago on an N7 mission. The good thing about the Indra is at least it can be no-scoped, and it's very, very accurate even when no-scoped, so you can just use it as a standard assault rifle, fire from the hip, and it works just fine. But it's not a burst damage weapon. It is, you know, burst just rapid damage. I mean, it's damage over time. Doesn't really suit what I want. So, kind of sucked, but whatever. I wanted to get some gameplay for you guys. Just specking out yet again. Lots of respecking going on lately. So, blah, 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 blah. More specking. Have to use Liara, so I'll be using her. Hadn't used her in forever, so specking her out. Just really picking whatever seemed fairly useful at the time. But we are about to have some plot, and I will be back in a little bit.
Attack. There's activity across most of the planet.
What about the temple? Can you raise the scientists?
Negative. All channels are scrambled across the spectrum. The mission's looking really dicey.
This is too important. It's now or never.
Shepard, that's my home down there. I have to go.
Then get to the shuttle and let's do this.
Liara, do you have anything more on this artifact?
These coordinates the Counselor gave you are for the Temple of Athame. My mother took me there once. It's several thousand years old. And for some reason, it has classified government funding.
Sounds like we're on the right trail.
What if we're too late? My people are dying down there.
Thessia took you to this temple?
I was just a child. I thought it was a history lesson, but now, maybe there was more to it.
What do you mean?
I went digging through her old files. She had heavily encrypted records on this place, some dating back centuries. I still can't crack most of them. Whatever's going on, it's well hidden.
I remember your mother. She fought to break free of indoctrination.
And this brings all those memories back. What if Thessia faces the same fate?
Not for long. We'll find the catalyst and save Thessia.
I hope you're right.
Hey, buckle up. This one's gonna be tight.
This can't be happening. My home.
Looks bad, but we can't stay up here. We're exposed.
Let's get down.
You must be Commander Shepard. I can't feel anything. Lieutenant, outpost Titan. What if I'm paralyzed? Every shot counts.
That's not going to happen.
Eastern perimeter reports they've been breached. Where are the reinforcements? This is Task Force Pandora.
Now I need you to take a
Reinforcements
breath.
at Quad 091. Situation urgent. Commander, we heard... The barrier's been breached! Commander, we'll talk later! Get on that gun up there and do some damage! Somebody better get on that gun! Enemy targets on the bridge! Gun over there! Put it to use! I want that gunship prepped and in the air. Plug that hole! We're on it! Someone get me a location on our snipers. Yes, ma'am. Commander, I'm Lieutenant Curran. We've been told to expect you. My orders are to hold this grid at all costs. Shore up the barrier! But our perimeter's collapsing, and I'm getting my people out of here.
This is important. We need your help.
Well, unless you can give me a good reason to stay, we're not dying for a field of rubble.
What exactly were you told about me?
Nothing but your name. Mission details were classified, which just means we'll die without knowing why.
I know what that's like, but you have to trust the chain of command.
We're not even sure the chain still exists. So what are we doing here?
We're after a relic inside the temple. It's important.
That's what this is all about? One of our outposts has been trying to reach the scientists over there, but we lost contact. Get that gunship moving! Now! I'm sorry, Commander. If your relic has lasted this long, it can wait a little longer. I've lost enough people today. I'm pulling the rest of them out.
No. If we don't get to that temple, Lieutenant, this will be the last you ever see of Thessia. You're witnessing the extinction of our entire race. This is the end.
And you really think you can stop all that from happening?
We've uncovered a Prothean superweapon. It'll win this war.
Prothean, huh? How do you know it'll finish the job?
It's the only chance any of us have got.
This is Lieutenant Curran. Hold your positions. I want a path carved to the temple. Outpost Tychus, we've got people coming your way. Let's make sure the galaxy knows the war was won on Thessia. Make it count.
I was here years ago. To see the city burning like this is...
It can be rebuilt. Just worry about the next 20 meters.
Alright, that was a lot of plot. There will be many, many plot sequences in the final videos of this series. There's a lot of plot near the end of the game, so be prepared for that. I also skipped a turret sequence. Rather, I didn't skip it, but if you skipped ahead, you missed a turret sequence, so if you must see turret sequences, I know that they are just super entertaining, clearly. You can go back and watch that. I'm using Defense Drone for the first time ever as an actual bonus skill. And I have to say, I don't really know what to think about it. I feel like it would be more useful on other classes. Doesn't really meld terribly well with the Vanguard, because it tends to just lag behind when you charge. So unless you charge and then use it, which is kind of impossible because of the way cooldowns work. Not really the most useful thing, and I normally would charge into these guys, but I want to try out the Indra. I am sniping them. And it's glorious. Stasis, and all that good stuff. But the defense drone, I'm not really sure. I would definitely recommend speccing it into its range increases, because its range seems to be really, really short. Even with those, it seems to be pretty short. You need to be really close to enemies for it to start zapping them. I feel like it'd be more useful on, say, an infiltrator, using it before cloaking, or even after cloaking if you spec cloak a certain way, and just letting it provide a bit of support to you. Especially if you spec it for just knocking enemies down occasionally, that might be useful for survivability. Maybe an assault armor or sentinel or whatever the more melee focused sentinel is these days, whatever it's called, might be useful. Or just thematic even. Don't really know. It was okay. Honestly, still don't really know what bonus skill I would take on a Vanguard. The only thing I can really think of that would help me at all is just Stasis, and that's just because Stasis is awesome, and there's no reason not to use Stasis. I did finally unlock it. It took the entire game. Which is good, I suppose. It means you can't just cheese the game with it as a bonus skill right from the beginning. It does take a long time to unlock it. It's more of a second playthrough skill. Granted, you can use it from right from the beginning with Liara anyway, and it functions the same way, so maybe that's not a huge deal in the end. Thessia was a bit annoying. All of these later levels, actually, well, not all of them, but a lot of these later levels were annoying when facing the Reapers, because all the areas are very wide open, and it makes it very easy to get flanked and to just get shot by everybody all the time. Enemies also spawn just everywhere. It's like they spawn behind you, to your sides, and just everything. So, kind of annoying. I found this especially troubling on the final mission, which I'll get into later. Yes, I have done the final mission at the time of this video. I have a lot of videos I'm about to put out, like 30, once everything is done and all the loose ends are tied up. And that will finally finish off my Vanguard series. Then I have a few other things I need to do, then we can move on to the Sentinel, but I have such a deadline at this point. Just a handful of weeks until Diablo 3 comes out, and there's so much I still want to do. If I just had just even one more week, I think I could finish everything that I want, but I don't know if it's going to happen at this time. Maybe if I just work hard enough, but I'd also rather not kill myself in the process, so we shall see. I'd like to again thank you guys so much for all your support, for all the nice things that you say. It does make me happy, it makes me smile. Encourages me to keep working my ass off on all this stuff, so thank you, it does mean a lot. And I, again, encourage you guys to sub if you'd like. If you like what I'm doing, give me likes is awesome. It makes my videos more visible when people search for things, so that helps me a whole bunch. I don't think I've stressed how much I like your likes enough. Really helps spread my videos around. Why do you exist, Mr. Cannibal? You have no right to exist. It seems like the Reapers, especially as just in these final couple missions, just Thessia in the final mission, it seems like they have a bit more life than they used to. Maybe it's just they generally get armor from the Marauders more quickly, and that really does make a big difference. I guess I'm just not used to that, because usually I kill them so fast I don't get a chance for everybody to get armored up. Maybe it's a bigger deal than I once thought. We're about to face a Banshee. There she blows. I'm still not totally sure how to deal with them as a Vanguard beyond just brute force. Charging seems to work like 90% of the time, but it seems like 10% of the time she'll just instantly kill you if you charge in and get close, which is annoying. Oh, and yes, I'm using the Carnifex as my secondary. I don't really like the Carnifex that much. It's a fine weapon, don't get me wrong. There's nothing wrong with the Carnifex. It just fires really slow. And I just like something with a bit of a larger margin of error. I like the Phalanx more. It does less damage per shot, but it fires faster, more ammo, and just has a larger margin of error. I don't like to think that much about aiming when it comes to a pistol. I generally just whip out a pistol for some quick damage to finish somebody off or whatever. I don't generally use them as a primary, though I would like to try to use the Phalanx as a primary at some point. I will be trying that either on my Sentinel playthrough or my Soldier playthrough, or maybe even my Adept playthrough. Not totally sure quite yet, but I am looking forward to that. I'm definitely looking forward to having more flexibility in my loadout options Vanguard was kind of limited in that respect. I generally always had to use close quarter stuff because I just played him that way. I didn't want to use him as a long-range Vanguard. But I look forward to being a bit more shooty and have a bit more variety in my loadout options as well. Speaking of which, I have managed to get the Valkyrie assault rifle. I did email EA, and they gave me the stuff, the code for the Valkyrie and for the Warfare armor. So huzzah! Really didn't think that would work, but it did. Again, thank you guys so much. If it weren't for you guys, literally, I would be missing out on 5 items. It was a commenter that reminded me about the Raider and the Argus, because I didn't start out the game with those. I had to email them for that. It was a commenter who reminded me that the Indra was still available, so I went and got that. And it was a commenter that reminded me that you actually can get the N7 Valkyrie rifle. It's not just a GameStop promotion. So thank you so much, commenters. I apologize that I'm not shouting out your names directly, but it's been too long. Anyway, thanks guys for watching. Stay tuned for more, and have a good one.